Okay, hello besties. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple days. It's almost been 2 weeks since I put out a video. I've been dealing with some stuff, but that's okay. So before we even fully begin with the video, I'm gonna cleanse. I got some dragon's blood here. Just gonna cleanse a little. Yeah. Get that going. Just gonna cleanse you too. Yeah, I love dragon's blood. Oops. Okay. We're gonna let her sit and do her thing. Okay, cool. So, quick little short Moldavite update video because that's what you guys voted on. So that's the first video I'm gonna post. So, my Moldavite. The update for this is actually pretty good. She is wanting to take a bit of another break. Mostly just because a lot of the things that I wanted to do or that I have started to want to do have started to come to fruition. So the transformation period has officially been put into full effect in more ways than one, and it's pretty much up to me at this point to continue. So I am wearing her now. I am wearing my Moldavite now. I will say some of the changes that I went through in the past 2 weeks, I kind of also wasn't expecting. There was a lot of needing to learn more about self-love in terms of more than just the actual self-romance department. So I did this was another like last couple of weeks of really just reconnecting with my money and the energy and the flow of money, and learning to have more respect for money, and learning to have more respect for myself and more love for myself, and really, put these teachings to practice. And so when I went out shopping this week, it was a lot of, do I really need this? Am I spending this money because I want to? Am I spending this money because I'm stressed and I'm anxious and that's kind of my coping mechanism? But then part of the lesson is, okay, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you talking to yourself like this? Why are you trying to find any excuse you can to not be able to enjoy these things? It was really pointing out that I have some trauma with money in this lifetime and in past lifetimes, because when you live a previous lifetime where you take a vow of poverty, right, where you essentially agree that you're not going to live beyond your means, and possibly not very comfortably at all, for the sake of higher enlightenment and oneness and wholeness. It's a lot to come into a new life where you subsequently get blessed with money and you feel bad about spending money on yourself. That's why it kind of ties into this whole transformation and self-love, because, as a healer, I have absolutely no problem spending money on other people. But when it comes to myself, I think it's too much. Like, I think spending $45 on a purse is way too much. Like, normally I just wouldn't do it. The thought of it stresses me out. But this weekend, that definitely changed. I definitely had more conversations with my inner child as well, where it was, what are the things that they told me that I couldn't buy because they made no sense, or because they didn't like them, or because they wanted to judge me? And then how did I apply that to like how I'm now judging myself? Like this crazy ass polka dot dress, like so many people might not like it, but that's not the point of buying it. I would buy it because I love it. But why am I talking myself out of buying this dress? Not only because of how someone else might view the dress or how someone else has viewed it in the past, which is now sticking to how I view the dress, but the money. Now I'm talking shit about myself so that I don't spend any money. It's a lot of having to undo what's been done in the past and in previous past lives, many of them, because in many of my past lives, it seems like I've juggled back and forth between taking a certain vow of either abstinence or poverty, and then switching into a lifetime of more luxury, being able to afford these things, having very beautiful romantic partners who I just won't allow to love me because I took these vows of being by myself in previous lifetimes. And it becomes very challenging because I have to understand those lifetimes, learn those lifetimes, study myself on that level, really forgive myself, hug myself, respect myself, right? Because there's a reason why in these past lives I took these vows, why I said these things, why I chose to do these things. And then I have to turn around, and while I do respect them, figure out how to apply maybe some of the teachings and the things that I still really love from those lifetimes into this lifetime, while also allowing myself to experience, living comfortably, and maybe pushing the boundaries a little, because I understand that money is a free-flowing frequency. And maybe if I push a little beyond my means today, meaning going beyond the budget, not so that I'm broke, physically, but never broke spiritually, that money will just flow back to me because it sees how well I handle it and how much I love it, how much I love watching it flow in and out, in and out, in and out. And so my room has become so gassy, so foggy because of the, wow, this bad boy is going. So that ought to tell you something. Also, it could have just been where it was sitting, but yeah. My whole room must have needed a really good cleanse. I love dry. Can you tell I love it? Because I'm not coughing or flipping out at how much smoke is in here. Hold on. I was just placing that somewhere else. But yeah, so I'm definitely having to learn, especially because what's crazy is a lot of my past lives truly do tie into my current DNA. Like when I took my DNA test, I wasn't surprised that a large chunk of my ancestry came from Africa. Not surprised at all. But then to find more of the sorry, I was totally distracted for a minute there. But to find more of the Spanish and Thai and just, these small little civilizations, I was really surprised to see them, but I wasn't surprised spiritually, you know what I mean? Because those are all things that I'm still very much gravitating towards in this lifetime. Every book, every divination tool, every cleansing tool, everything that I've picked up at one point or another definitely resonated with a past life, which is funny because all of those kind of made a big melting pot for my DNA for this lifetime, which is so incredibly fascinating to me how that managed to work. It worked just so that some closed practices, because this is technically my DNA, I would be able to do more research into in a more respectful manner. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's definitely opening so many more doors for me. I have so many things planned off of this Moldavite alone, just opening up so many different conversations, making me step out of my comfort zone, making me confront my child self, my shadow self, just everything in between. It's been a really rocky journey for me, my spiritual journey, especially because I'm heavily into occultism and higher up learning and higher knowledge, higher ancient teachings. It's always been what I've been into. My calling, however, is working with plants, herbalism, all things plants and healing. So it's a beautiful life, I'm happy to exist and I'm happy to be here. And I think that this is the first time, around the end of 2020 going into 2023, that I'm saying this, and I actually mean this, because I understand myself a little bit more now and I'm not as frustrated with myself. So I really am just genuinely happy to be here. And I think Moldavite really push the envelope for a minute there. But I feel like if you feel called to use Moldavite and you've been watching my update series and just really trying to figure out whether or not this is still the tech type for you, it's worth the investment for me anyway. And here's how I look at it. My Moldavite has never done one job and then decided that it didn't want to work with me anymore. I have always put on my Moldavite when I was going through a transformational period in my life. For me, we go through several transformation periods in our life. So there's never a time when I wouldn't necessarily need her. However, there might be times when she just, okay, I've gotten you started. Now, here's who you need to work with next to get through this transitional period, or to make these habits stick, or to keep you in a more positive mindset, while I'm taking a smoke out in the back. So I love that. And I love that for anyone who is really trying to get there as well. It's coming, I promise you. And when things start to shift and things start to change, you're going to feel so surprised. You're just going to feel so surprised. I don't really know what else to say other than you're going to be so, I feel like you're going to feel so heavily blessed with the results. It's the getting there, it's the starting that's usually the most irritating part. But once you're there, you're pretty much you pretty much just feel heavily blessed and happy to be there. So this was my Moldavite update video. It was pretty short, all things considering. It is my one of my favorites. Okay. I knew I was forgetting something. I got my waist beads done. So I do have them on. I'm not going to show them to you. I think I'll probably do a waist bead video at some point, but I'm not going to show them to you. And my divine feminine energy in general has changed so much. The Moldavite really pushed me, like I said, to step outside of my comfort zone. The waist beads tie into more of my ancestral traditions, so I'm gonna leave that at that. I'll probably do a video on like how they've affected me specifically and the changes that occurred when I started wearing them. I will say, wearing the Moldavite, getting my waist beads, and the fucking full moon in Leo killed me all at one time. When I tell you I opened up my fridge after grocery shopping and realized I had bought all organic fruits and vegetables, and just that everything around me was changing simultaneously at one time, and it was almost just like a door had been unlocked in my mind, and it was instinctual and crazy, just so crazy, but so amazing. A lot of the things that I have been trying to bring in for myself have been coming in, both just abundantly quickly and some steadily. But so many doors have unlocked. So many pieces of information have just started to click even more. And I feel so incredibly blessed. So to give you a rundown of my Moldavite update, Moldavite has made it so that I am in a position where I am so incredibly thankful to just be alive, to be able to experience the human experience once again after so many lifetimes of experiencing it on different levels. I'm just happy to be here and to know more about who I am in this lifetime and how it all links to my previous lifetimes DNA wise. It's so fascinating. I'm just so incredibly happy. So now, this is the end of my Moldavite update video. I hope I was helpful to you. I hope this inspired you to really think about getting Moldavite or just going ahead and making that purchase. My Dragon's Blood is still very much going. So I will say, you, whoever you are, you might really need to cleanse your space. My Dragon's Blood is going, obviously, and especially towards the direction of the camera, because your phone works as kind of a portal of sorts. Obviously, the things you consume in and out, right? But also people who watch our content. So it might be you who needs to cleanse your space a lot, and this video is just kind of serving as more confirmation that new life changes are coming, and that you need to keep cleansing yourself, your space, your circle, your friend group, whatever. Or you purchase the Moldavite, and this is confirmation that a massive cleansing is coming for you. Everything's going to be washed away, not in a negative, scary kind of way, but just enough. So yeah, but this is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's how I know that you guys like my content and want me to keep making it. Yeah, and I will be back with another educational video for you at some point in the week. I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay healthy, and everything else underneath the sun. Bye!